Did you know that sometimes it is harder to declare a hand in 2 no trump than the same hand in 3 no trump? In the last video, we were playing this exact hand in 3 no trumps, and it was pretty straightforward to figure out what the best line of play was. Now imagine you are playing in 2 no trumps instead of 3 no trumps and receive the lead of the 3 of diamonds, 4th best. Plan your play. Now, this 3 of diamonds is definitely 4th, so if you play low to this trick, you are guaranteed to get 1 diamond trick, while opponents will only get 3 diamond tricks. Along with the ace of hearts, that means that we can potentially afford to lose up to 1 club if we manage to keep our heart losers to 1. So what this declarer did was to play low on trick 1, and when West could only contribute a 9, he won in hand with the jack. He then cashed out his spades, followed by the ace and king of clubs, and then exited a diamond in an attempt to end play East. Unfortunately for him, East had light on the lead and started with 5, not 4 diamonds, so defenders took 4 diamonds, 1 club, and 1 heart trick. How unfortunate to have your well-crafted end play get swatted by a lie on the lead. Even if you truly believe that East led his 4th best diamond, could the declarer have done a better job? Let's analyze this, shall we? Off the top, we have 4 spades and 2 clubs. By playing a low diamond on trick 1, you guarantee a diamond trick. That means that you only need 1 more trick. You can get this trick from hearts, clubs, or an end play like Declarer did. To get the extra trick from hearts, all you need to do is to take the heart finesse, which works 50% of the time. Actually, slightly more because East started with 4 diamonds while West started with 3. More specifically, it works 10 in 19 times, slightly better than 50%, about 52.6% of the time. Now, let's look at Declarer's line of play. From the play on trick 1, we can place East with the Queen of Diamonds. By cashing out the spades, clubs, and exiting a diamond, Declarer was hoping for one of the following scenarios. 1. The Queen and Jack of Clubs fall. This works 2 in 32 cases. 2. The Ace of Hearts is onside and defenders can't take 2 club tricks. The Ace of Hearts is onside half the time. Declarers will be able to take 2 club tricks when one defender started with Queen, Jack, small, or all 5 clubs. This occurs in 8 out of remaining 30 cases. So defenders won't be able to take 2 club tricks 22 out of 30 of the time. So altogether this works about 11 out of 30 of the time. 3. The Ace of Hearts is offside and East started Ace Queen 10 3 of diamonds. Additionally, East specifically can't cash 2 clubs. This way, East is truly end played. Otherwise, East would be able to play a low diamond towards West, who can then pierce the hearts later, and we would have no way of making our contract. This works 50% times 26 out of 30 of the time, since East can cash 2 clubs in 4 of the cases, times the proportion that East started with Ace, Queen, 10, 3 of diamonds. As mentioned earlier, East definitely has the Queen and 3 of diamonds. West is the 9, and there are 4 other cards missing. 16 ways to split it, and one situation where the Ace and 10 belong with West. That said, the play of the 9 on trick 1 doesn't seem consistent with someone who started with 9, 8, 7 of diamonds, but you never know. So let's be nice and give this a 1 in 16 chance. So overall, this line works about 45.625% of the time, interestingly lower than simply taking the hard finesse. The interesting thing is that the premise of this line is to hope that East gets end played, which is conditional on East having started with Ace Queen 10 small diamonds, which means that you could actually play the King on trick 1. As long as West doesn't get in, they're not going to be able to cash out their diamonds. To get the 8 trick from clubs, we have a few lines of play. 1. We could play low on the first diamond, as before, and then try to generate 3 club tricks. Now, there are a few different ways to try to generate these 3 club tricks. The first way is to simply cash the club honors from the top. The second way is to cash 1 club honor first. If an honor falls from East, then you go back to the south hand via spades to finesse the other honor. These 2 lines basically work on the same premises as Declarer's play, except for the fact that you get to see if an honor drops from either defender first. For the second line of play, the contract actually makes 2/3 of the time that an honor drops from East, because there are 2 cases of it being singleton compared to the one where it is doubleton. If East actually started with Queen Jack stiff and a finesse fails, we would still be able to make our contract 50% of the time when the ace is onside, plus the chance that East gets end played, which we estimated to be about 1 in 16 previously, for an overall rate of about 86.5%. This means that declarer can choose to switch to the superior hard finesse line halfway should nothing happen upon cashing the first club honor. But continue to play on clubs through an honor 4 as it stands to make more often than the finesse line. If West is the one who produces the honor though, our best bet is to cash out, which works for one case. Otherwise, for the other two cases, we can lose the trick to East later. We still make our contract when West has the ace or East end played. This works 68.75% of the time. For all the other cases, we simply take the hard finesse. Overall, this hybrid works 57.3% of the time. The third way is to try to double finesse clubs. While it might seem that this works instantly 25% of the time, unlike the previous video, because we only need 3 club tricks, while the 75% of the time where this does not work, we would lose a trick to East, and once again we still make our contract when the ace of hearts is onside or East gets end played for an overall rate of 64.8%. Right? Wrong. The problem with this line is that West can always hop their honor. And when we re-enter dummy to finesse the clubs, we would lack the entries to enjoy the third round of clubs if East held the other honor. After that, we simply won't have the entries to even take our hard finesse. So this line only works 25% of the time. The only way we can mitigate this is to take the king on trick 1, which goes down almost instantly 25% of the time when West has the ace and East the queen, and this just simply isn't a viable line. In conclusion, I think that the best line would be to run the diamonds and then cash the club honor. When neither the queen or jack falls, we change tack and attempt the hard finesse. One thing to note is that I think that the lead doesn't make sense if West started with both the ace and the queen, and also that I personally think that East holding both the ace and queen is more likely. Regardless, I still think that cashing a club honor and playing accordingly has enough of an edge and is clearly the way to go. So, do you agree with me that this hand is much harder to play in 2 no trump than 3 no trump? Would you have picked the same line as me? Let me know in the comments.